What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of That Hobby Show. With me, as always, is Houston from Chasing the Graph. What is going on, my man?
Nothing much, man. Gearing up for a nice Memorial Day tomorrow. Gonna have some family over in the pool, so just gearing up for a good holiday and some time off doing nothing.
Oh, yeah. Pool definitely makes you popular in the summertime with those family members that you usually don't talk to like the other 8 months of the year. You have lots of friends when you have a pool.
Come work.
Yeah. Yeah. So this week's episode, I titled it This Week in the Hobby because things are kind of getting back to normal as far as being able to go to sporting events without masks, uh, being able to find retail, even though inflation and flippers have made the price a little bit insane. I had a firsthand experience with that today. I went to Walmart and everything was picked over, and then I seen they had some Bowman cellos. I was like, all right, cool. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Walmart ones, but it's 2 packs, and then you get a 5 pack of the camo parallels. And I went to ring them up, and they were $15 a piece. And I don't ever remember them being that much. I mean, it's been so long since I bought them that I'm not sure how much they are, but 15 for 2 packs and a 5 pack of camo. That seemed a little insane to me, so I put them back.
Yeah,
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 and that was the only thing they had. That and Magic, but I
Mm.
don't buy that. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
The Bowman prices are just weird to me with the $15 cellos, $25 blasters, and $30 megas. And it seems like to me, why wouldn't you just go for a mega because you get the Mojo parallels and those, which seem to be a little bit more lucrative than the camo parallels. But that's just my whole rant on the whole Bowman thing.
yeah. So right here, they were $9.99 in the past. I thought they were something reasonable because that just sounds crazy for me. And especially for me, I'm not one of those guys that buys Bowman to flip. I like to get autographs. So Bowman outside of Topps Pro Debut or the Topps minor league releases, that's where I get my minor league cards. I mean, with those Topps releases, though, I'm pretty sure they're hobby only. I don't think I've ever seen them at retail. So yeah, that's the only reason I would buy Bowman. Like I've seen people get upset that they're like, man, I bought a blaster and only got 2 Bowman firsts. Like I to each their own. To me, if I get a first Bowman, I don't care. I would rather get guys that I can get their card signed because I'm not a flipper. I'm more of a, I guess that's what a collector would be.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and me, like, personally, I hate Chrome because it's so damn hard to get signed. All the prep that goes into it, and even then, it's still 50-50 shot whether or not you're going to get a good autograph.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, but
Some autographs
speaking,
this weekend.
yeah, I got some autographs this weekend, 2 days in a row. It was pretty exciting. So Friday night, I went to the Diamondbacks versus Cardinals game, and this was the first week that the Diamondbacks they went to full capacity. Not that the Diamondbacks have to worry about it because it still looked like they were doing the COVID spacing and everything. I think there was like 11,000 people there. But Friday started the long weekend. But the Cardinals are a decent team, and Paul Goldschmidt was coming back to Arizona. So you would think they would have had a better crowd. But I was able to get autographs, and I got 10 cards signed. 6 of those was by the bullpen coach. but it's still nice that he signed everything. Because he's one of those guys that I've had cards for a while. So it was nice to finally get those cards signed. Because even he commented on how old they were, and yeah. But he must have been a coach somewhere. He's been with the Cardinals for as long as I can remember, so he must have been a coach in the Arizona Fall League, and that's why I had so many of his cards. Because I wouldn't have bought them.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I was able to get. So his name is Brian Eversgard. So he signed 6. My son came in clutch for me. He was able to get Adam Wainwright. And Adam Wainwright was super cool. Nobody was really weird about talking to the fans or anything like that. I mean, he was talking to everybody for, a couple minutes. And then once he finally got to where me and my son were, he signed for my son, skipped me, and he's like, okay, I'm signing for these 4 kids, and then I'm done. I was like, But I was happy because I gave my son the. I'm working on getting the entire 2008 top set signed. Never going to happen, but it's fun to dream and work on it, and then maybe the kids can, take up that hunt. So I got him on a 2008 tops, and then the only reason that I wanted to go see the Cardinals was because of Kwang Hyun Kim, the Cardinals South Korean pitcher, right? And so his old KBO team is the SK Wyverns, and I have an SK Wyverns jersey, so I wore that. And I seen him running out on the field, so I yelled at him and did and then he seen it, waved. He kind of did like a double take, and but they were out there shagging balls for batting practice and everything. And then he started running back on the field or running back to the dugout. So I yelled at him again, and he finally came over. So he signed one for me, one for my son, which kind of sucks because he was one of the hardest autographs for me to get in South Korea. And the whole time I hounded that dude in Korea, he signed one card for me. Wow. So, but now I have 3 cards. Well, 4, because I actually ended up buying one of his autographs. What is it? The tops with the gold frames, the super thick cards. Is it Gold Label?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so I ended up buying one of those too because I just think those cards look really cool.
Oh,
probably overpaid for it. Yeah, but I wanted it, and then I was able to get John Gant, which it was kind of weird. He only signed 1. Not that I have a problem with that, but I had 3 cards, and he only did 1. But I mean, you would think somebody that's not a bigger name, I was the only person that knew who the hell he was, and but I mean, he was cool. So yeah. And he's one of those guys whose autographs I've never gotten before, so I was super happy with that. Yeah. And then
for some reason, it's like those guys that are like maybe lesser known. They're the ones that kind of come off being as like, I guess like standoffish. Because there was a guy, the center for the Carolina Panthers a few years ago. Like nobody knew who he was. He was mediocre at best, and I'm like, "Hey Norwell, you signed this football for me?" And he just like glances over and just keeps walking. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna lose sleep." Yeah,
maybe he was like, "Why the hell does that guy want my autograph?" Because I've had that happen. I've had that happen to me before. The old Tops, it was either Tops or Bowman Heritage. They were the vertical cards that had the old wood grain TV border. It was one of the Heritage designs, and they had umpire cards. So I would take all my umpire cards to spring training because spring training, they have it's spring training for the umpires too. They have like the legit umpires. So, douchebag Angel Hernandez is going to be there, and all those other guys. So I would bring all my umpire cards, and then I'd wait for them to announce who's today's umpires are, or look at the usually you could get game notes with the up-to-date rosters and everything for like $1. So I would get that, and I would get the umpires autographs, and they would do that, like look around. I'm like, yeah, bro, I got the card. And yeah. So I mean, if a dude has a card, if you have a baseball card, I'm going to try and get it signed. I don't care as long as you're alive. You know, if you know, I can't get my Spider-Man card signed. You know, but umpires I can definitely get signed. So
Definitely.
So I caught the bug. I got the bug again, you know, to get autographs because I was like, shit, double-digit autographs, 10 autographs is really good for major league game, right?
That's
And
what
yeah. And so yesterday was the end of the regular season for college well, not for all college baseball. I think today, and then tomorrow is the selection show for the tournament, for the baseball tournament, NCAA. So yesterday was University of Arizona, their final regular season game, and I have a bunch of cards of the guys from that are in the Team USA sets and the Leaf Perfect Game sets. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those, but those,
yeah,
those
I love them.
yeah, they're the high school. I think they're high school juniors, and usually it's like a 300 card set. And but yeah, I usually get those every year. And University of Arizona, they pretty much have a top 10, top 15 team every year. So they usually have a handful of Team USA guys and the All-Americans, the Perfect Game kids. So I'll get those cards signed. So ended up only got 4 because this was only my second time ever trying to get autographs at a college game, and it just felt really weird because like the freshmen, I'm old enough to be their father, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I totally understand that. Yeah.
it's kind of weird. I had a couple call me sir, and that's just like, I was like, man, you got to be kidding me, dude. I don't look that old, you know. But
You signed for me. You could have just said I'm good instead of insulting me like that.
yeah. But I mean, I love college ball though because the players are nicer, and at the U of A, so you can see a top 10 college baseball team in the nation, and it cost me $7 for military to set anywhere I wanted. Yeah, and that's cheaper than hell. That's probably cheaper than a Burlington game.
Yeah, it is because I think there's when they were the Royals, I think general admission was $7 on the spot. Yeah.
Oh, for real? Okay. Yeah. So with the selection show being tomorrow, it looks like University of Arizona is going to host a regional. So fingers crossed that they do, because there's a couple seniors that whose cards I have that I need to get signed before they get drafted, or some of these guys may not yet even get drafted, and you know. But yeah, then I'll never be able to get them signed. I'll have to like write them, you know, at their doctor's office or accounting firm or whatever the hell they're doing, you know.
And then them just open the envelope and be like, stick it back in there, return to sender. We're good here.
Yeah. So here's a good one. MPB card guy. 20 years older than the oldest MLB player. I don't even. So who would be the oldest MLB player? Is it Pujols?
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, I would think he's somewhere in the top like 3 at least.
Yeah. Because he's definitely, well, Pujols is probably older than what he really says he is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You might still have some time, Dave. But it's got to be either him or maybe Miggy Cabrera. But I know he came into the league when he was like 18 or 19. But he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 I could think of that would. Yeah, that's all I've got. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, I can't either. Maybe another pitcher that's kind of up there. But yeah. But enough about me. You had so your week kind of started off bad, but some good came from it though. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Nelson Cruz is 40. I forgot about Boomstick. Yeah. I wish the Orioles would have re-signed him instead of Chris Davis. So, yeah.
I won't say that guy's name.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know,
No, it's not that bad. I'm just.
no, he was good for the Rangers, right?
He was up until was it the
Steroids?
2011 World Series where they played the Cardinals and they were 2 outs away or 1 out away twice from winning the whole thing. And then Nelson Cruz is going back to the wall and acts like he's never fielded a fly ball a day in his life. And, like, just jumps up in the air and the ball's like to the left from his glove and he just like jumps up in the air and I'm just like I mean, any, so ever since then, I'm not a huge Nelson Cruz fan, but yeah, if I were, it's been such a wild last week. This past Monday was Don's visitation, and I hurried over there after work, and there's a guy in front of me. I recognized him because
just to give people backstory, Don
Kernodle. He
Yeah.
was in the NWA years ago. Actually, was in WWF for very limited time. I'm talking about a few weeks, and he was the Waters tag team. Anyway, he passed away 2 weeks ago, and his visitation was this past Monday. And of course, me and him did the interview together about a year and a half ago, and we stayed in touch. So I was at his visitation, and obviously the line is just insanely long. And the guy in front of me, I recognized him from doing small town stuff. He races at I guess I'm not sure what you call it, independent racetrack, A Speed, and he's talking to me, just making small talk, like this kind of thing. And I was like, "You don't know this, but I know who you are. You're Larry Osley." Years ago, when we had wrestling around here, my granddad would take me and my brother, and him and my granddad were friends. And my granddad used to talk absolute shit to this guy, and he's like 6'6", like I mean, just built. And we get to talking or whatever. He's talking about they just started up some wrestling around here. Talking about, and he's like, we're just kind of getting things off the ground. Like, you've got somewhat of a decent following. He's like, we can put something together and work with each other as far as like us and you promoting us, that kind of thing. So of course I'm like, no brainer. Why would I not? And so after we go through the visitation line and we stand outside and we talk for a little bit, exchange numbers. And he's like, well, we have this coming up Saturday, talking about last night. Doors open to the public at 6. You show up at 5:30, hang out with me, you'll get in for free. Kind of thing. So me and my wife go. She's never been to a wrestling event in her life, so I was like, you have to go, just check it out, see what it's like. She had the time of her life.
Yeah.
She was on her phone. She had the time of her life. But and so we talked a little bit before and talked a little bit after, and because these guys are trying to make it their talent that they have, and it's just such a hard business to get recognized in, and he wants me to do interviews with their talent from the least known guy around here to the most well-known guy around here, and kind of put their stuff out there and work with them on promoting them and trying to help them build a little bit more of a following while they build more of a following. I'm not going to get too excited yet, but he did mention maybe a little bit more deeper role with them. So what that means, kind of hope it's creative content and story writing for wrestling. I'm not going to get that excited yet, but that's a really cool opportunity, and I'm going to be meeting with him, Larry Osley, and another maybe one or two people from American Lucha Wrestling, which is what they are, ALW, and see if we can't, iron out some more details and get the ball rolling on that. So kind of exactly what I created, chasing the graph forward. And never really thought it would happen. Something like that coming into fruition. It's something that, I can't turn that kind of thing down.
So does he like, does he want you cutting promos with the wrestlers where they would be in character, or are you what would they say? Will they be breaking kayfabe?
Yeah, breaking character, and that's what we're gonna work on because we want it to be interviews that highlight the individual, that certain wrestler. So I'm not sure if it's just gonna be a traditional graph talk, three autograph. Even though these kids are 18 right out of high school, they still get asked for their autograph when they go to
Oh,
events.
definitely, yeah.
And so that's what we've got to work on, just exactly what they want and how they want to build it, basically. And so I'm going to just basically be at their leisure to, whether it's interviewing this kid, as an almost like a documentary style, or just your traditional graph talk 3 questions, or it's actually just going to be about, so-and-so's got a match up on 226, like, what do you like plan on? What can we expect from you? And then they may be in character, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What's up, Seth? And we got Dan from Korean Cardboard checking in. What's up, Dan?
We got everybody in here tonight.
Yeah, I know, man. It's good stuff. Dan, I tried getting some of your cards signed at the D-backs game, but I could not get close to Merrill Kelly or Seth Frankoff. So hopefully next time I go to a D-backs game, I'll be able to get feedback on what they think about the cards. So fingers crossed. It's hard to get starting pitcher or a starting pitcher's autograph at the D-backs because they do not do the early admission this year due to COVID, and the D-backs are already done with batting practice by the time we get in. But so that's pretty cool that you would be able to help promote this the American Lucha wrestling, because if you think about it, hopefully when they do their posters for the matches or something, maybe they'll have the Chase and McGrath logo down there, so then you can get your first poster that has McGrath on it. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. And after the show last night, I met kind of like the bookers, the founders, the promoters. I met all the guys that wrestled last night, and it was a pretty cool experience. And someone who wrestling was a big staple of my childhood, I've completely gone down that nostalgic path of any biographies, Booker T, Stone Cold, and I think there's like 3 or 4 more, and I've just like gone down that hill. And for some reason, I had no plans on reconnecting with wrestling at all, in any way, shape, or form. But for the last 2 weeks, for some reason, there's been some, planets lined up and stars lined up where wrestling has just been thrown in my face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge like, this is fate, it's meant to be kind of guy, but just the way everything has happened between me and the sport of wrestling for 2 weeks, it's kind of hard to deny that there's something right there, And what are the odds that I'm, standing in line behind Barry John's visitation? We get to talk, and just like, I kind of gotta think there's a divine intervention.
Yeah, and I mean, if you didn't pursue it, you'd probably kick yourself, because then you'd be asking yourself, what if? You don't need to worry about what if when you're going for it. And you got to talk to Sergeant Slaughter too, right?
Yeah, he was in the family line. He was behind Don's sister and someone else, and he's been around here for years. And I've always been. There's been twice I've been in the same building with him. Never have been able to interact with him, and of course, he's still in WWE as an ambassador, and he's a WWF, WWE Howard champion, and all that. And so I see him in there, and I'm kind of getting in my mind, like, how do I want to just like this type of thing? So I just really talked about the one, that I could talk about, and that was. And after our interview together, years ago back in Greensboro, which is 30 minutes from here. Don and Sergeant Slaughter. So, Jack Youngblood and Ricky, and it was a main event match, tag team, and that's where the Don's covered blood, his face covered in blood comes from. And he talked about it after our interview, and Don could tell you how many people were in attendance, how many people they turned away, how many people were standing outside, how many people were like trying to get in. And so I told Slaughter, I was like, so proud to be a part of what you guys did that. It was like he was still like, it just happened yesterday, and he was excited about it. And Sergeant Slaughter said when they got their paychecks, he went up to Sergeant and was like, kind of like opened it up to him. The Sergeant was like, yeah, what's the problem? He was like, I've never been paid this much. He's like, I think they put too many zeros in it. And Slaughter was like, no, you never tell them that. You always tell them they didn't put enough zeros in it. Yeah. So it was kind of cool to hear that story and get to talk to him about that night in Borough. And he still that event pretty high on his list, even though he was, in the wrestling organization there is. And the kind of end all be all for a professional wrestler, you all want to end up in the WWF. And so it was cool to talk to him like a person to person setting, not like a, oh my God, you're Sergeant Slaughter, can I have your own friend? Like, oh, you're a big part of it. I try to put my mom.
Yeah. But he's well, I don't know about this year, but in years past, he's been pretty active in the minor league baseball scene, Sergeant Slaughter. I know he went to Frederick for the Frederick Keys. My parents got his autograph. He has a really cool autograph. I should have brought one of the cards, got him out, but he writes at ease, and then he draws a caricature of his face, and then Sergeant Slaughter. Well, he writes at ease, and then so he'd do like at ease Houston or at ease Justin, his face, and then Sergeant Slaughter. So yeah, his if you have a trading card of him, his autograph takes the entire card up, which
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, so also you made us a Facebook page for that hobby show for everyone to check out. So if you're getting weird invites to a Facebook page, it's me and Houston sending those out to you guys.
Yeah, I'll put there we go.
Yeah.
I'll put our face as the backdrop.
Yeah, I need to find a better picture for me. I'm kind of making like a derp face. So.
Yeah, I tried to like get a nice shot in there, whatever, it just wasn't happening. So I was like, I just want to get this page created, and then we can adjust it later. So if you want to throw up a cover photo of like Barney or something, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So G.I. Joe stuff, he inscribed JoJo. I did not know that. I haven't gotten anything. I was a huge G.I. Joe fan when I was younger, but I opened everything up. Probably should have kept it. I think Dan is also into G.I. Joe as well. But yeah, I opened all that shit up. I shouldn't have, because it was going for insane amounts of money. But
yeah, especially those G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter figures. If you can find an original one, then you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, him and Refrigerator Perry. Refrigerator, you had to send in. I think it was like 5 UPCs, and that was a good one too. Yeah, but yeah. So the so Dan from Korean Cardboard, he's collecting Japanese figures now. So yeah, which is we'll have to have Dan on here and to tell us about the Japanese figures, because this isn't just it's not just about baseball and autographs, which a lot of our content has been heavy, but that's really what's going on right now. But it is that hobby show, so wrestling, people are into that. And we have a question for Dan. Is this what you're collecting? But yeah, the Japanese figures, they look, they're pretty awesome looking. I know in my time when I was in Korea, I liked looking at the Gundam figures and stuff like that. They're just the level of detail is pretty amazing. But yeah, and I want to hear about everybody's hobbies because
Yeah.
that stuff interests me, and I can also kind of live vicariously through you because I spend enough money on my hobbies. So I can hear about your hobbies, if you collect Funkos or, stuff like that. But yeah, so the Facebook page, tell us more about that, sir.
So basically, it's just it's going to be highlights, clips, and hopefully we can get some followers slash fan interaction on content they want to see, they have seen. If they have questions, they can message us both there. We'll, kind of an all inclusive thing, where me and you can take care of that hobby show together. And we're in deep enough now that it would take something pretty drastic for us to stop doing this or just stop altogether. So might as well just go, balls deep in the whole thing and start creating a social media. And it's only been up for like 2 or 3 days, and I think we're already at like 70 followers, coming up on a. I think we can muster up a nice little giveaway at 100 followers, and I feel like not that there's anything wrong with 30 or 60, but I feel like if we post any type of content with 100 followers, it just feels like, to me, it just feels like I'm talking to somebody as opposed to 30 people, because
Yeah. And yeah, I know Kinnikuman, probably butchering that. Is that the Ultimate Muscle figures? Because those I was huge into when I was younger. They were like about that big. They were like the pink. Some of them were blue, but yeah, they were. I loved Ultimate Muscle. Yeah, and it was yeah, Muscle. Yeah, I forget what it stood for. But then they around the early 2000s they had a resurgence, and they did another figure, or they had another cartoon. But yeah, and we can put polls up too on that hobby show, the Facebook page, and let us know what you want to talk about. And then 100 people, that's a good enough sample size where we'll probably get like maybe 10 people that actually vote in the poll. So hey,
yeah, the thing
about
that
this.
kills me about like Facebook, because it's all algorithm based, and I have like over like right at 1,200 followers, but on any given post, you have a Facebook page, it'll say like people for audience reach. It'll be
Yeah,
like 32, 60, 14, and there's sometimes like I'll post and it'll be like I'll go back like 6 hours later and look at like 6 people reach, and I'm just like,
yeah, I know, because the algorithms really they irritate me, right? Because all pretty much 99.9% of the people I follow on Twitter are hobby related. So it'll be a person that I follow post a smoking deal on a card. I'm following that person, but I won't see it until someone else that I'm following claims the damn card. And it's like,
yeah, yeah,
because me, I love certified Hall of Famer autographs. You can get them for under $25, sometimes around 20. And yeah, I usually see it by the time it's too late. But I've been taking photos of the pages, and there's a couple crazy good deals for Hall of Famers that I'm not going to say anything about it because I want to try and sell some cards so I can buy them. But if I can't raise the funds, I'll let y'all know what's up. But so, Dan, yeah, so that version of muscle right there, the way it's spelled like that. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've probably seen it, Houston, and you're like, that's what they were called.
I'm sure I would know it when I seen it.
Yeah, yeah. If I could figure out how to like bring up a picture without totally destroying the entire show, then I would. But I'm not that computer savvy. But yeah. But yeah. So what do you have going on?
Basically, just I mean, I'm taking a break from cards, and I've already sold like a flat rate box plus more. So you're thinking like maybe 5 to 6 thousand cards, just a rough estimate. And I'm trying to dwindle my collection. I'm getting out of taking a step back from cards so I can really focus on chasing the graph and get back to what I was doing before with these celebrity and athlete interviews, and just trying to get my hands in as many pots as possible, and just trying to throw my name out there as much as possible. It's hard to do that when you're hunting for retail, selling, cards every night, doing stack sales once a week, and then getting those totals together and shipping. And I'm just going to take a step back from all that so that way I can really focus back on chasing the graph again, and then try to just get back to what I was months ago.
And then you can do a chasing the graph on location after I send you cards for the Burlington sock puppets, because I need Dave Tremblay's autograph for my 2008 top set. I forget which team he's coaching. He's not coaching Burlington. That's former Cy Young Award winner Blackjack McDowell.
No.
Yeah, which I have a few cards of him too. But yeah, and I'll send you some more cards and stuff for you to keep. But Dan said, were they actually erasers though, Dan? I think the characters had like the hole in their butt, so you could put like a pencil up there. But I never tried to use them as an eraser. Maybe the Japanese.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, because actually I had like 2 or 3 of them because they were so popular. But I like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I love those things. And they, I had the ring too. So it was a little wrestling ring, and then there was like a clip on each of the corners, and then you had the joystick where you could move them around. Yeah, they were awesome. But yeah, and me, I don't have any stack sales going on. I'm getting ready to do one. I say that every episode, but the more I go through my cards, the more stuff I see that I don't want, and I just want to get rid of. So it's going to be like the most expensive cards are going to be like 75 cents. That's like for an insert card. I just want to get rid of a bunch of this stuff, focus on getting things signed and buying autographs, because yeah, I've got too much, and yeah.
I know me and 2 other of my friends around here, all 3 of us, like, not even without discussing it or anything, just like through just like talking, we all 3 have like, we're gonna take a step back from buying for a little while. And maybe if we come across some retail that we want, maybe buy like a box or a pack. But we all 3 just like at random points decided that we were gonna take a step back from buying and not spend as much, and maybe try to do more selling than buying. And I know there's been a talk on hobby Twitter, a dip, so to speak, and I think there is one, but I think it's all that like intense. So if you selling than buying, I think you'd be in the
after seeing how much retail Bowman was, yeah, that's a no for me, dog. So yeah, I'm just going to be going after stuff that I want. It's a lot cheaper, and then doing the TTM, because yeah. So Rob from Prestige Collectibles on Twitter came in clutch. So I got 100 Japanese, 100 yen Japanese stamps. So I've been sending TTMs to Japan like crazy. So fingers crossed. Yeah, and then Yaku TV. He has 14 MPB boxes coming in. Yeah, for less than the cost of a Bowman hobby box.
Look at that.
Yeah, I actually still have a bunch of stuff I have not even opened that's old. But yeah, this is just what's in arm's reach. So these suck. The KBO card game. They're a huge pain in the ass to open. There's how many packs? No, they really it's good for what it is, but there's 40 packs in here. Each pack contains 2 actual cards. Give me 20 packs of like 3 or 4 cards instead, because it's. Have you ever tried to open a pack of cards that only has 2 cards in it without destroying the cards? It's a huge pain in the ass. So these I definitely use scissors for. Yeah, but I've already Series 1 and Series 2 I've been opening, and I need to put all those away. And I totally forgot about this. So you'll like that, Skeller Ads. 2020 first edition box. I forgot I had it. I was talking to him that I wanted to get some boxes of 2021 BBM because the photography, like the Japanese cards, I will buy them just for the photography, because look at how. I know some people don't like the cross stream. I think this year was that year was Cross Blossom, but those cards look badass. I love them, and the photography is awesome. And me being an Orioles fan has Adam Jones first Japanese card. So there you go. I'll take a first Japanese Adam Jones over a first Bowman any day, and it's a lot cheaper too. Even with shipping from Japan. But so Dan wants to know what special cards I find in the SCC boxes. That are these. So Dave, I'm getting everybody's names confused. But the blossoms were good. Just tired of the damn things. Because so this year, or 2020, was Cross Blossoms. Before, they've had Cross Blaze, where there's a fire, Cross Wind, where there's like wind, Cross Water. I think you get it.
Yeah.
But I just think they look cool because it's not the same thing. And we even have my dad is watching right now, and he actually learned. I think this is the first time he's actually learned how to comment on YouTube. So way to go, Dad! You're up past your bedtime. Well, he's off tomorrow, but every time
we've made it, man. Your dad, we made it. Done. We're done. We can just pack up right now.
It's funny because every time I call them on FaceTime, I know that they're home because they hang up on me. They not once since they have downloaded FaceTime, or since they've had an iPad, have they successfully answered the phone properly without hanging up on me. So yeah. So
that's fantastic.
That's pretty crazy. So it even has his name. So he must have had to create an account or something. So
this clip is the one I'm going to edit and put up on Facebook tomorrow from that hobby show that people can find on Facebook at that hobby show.
Yeah. But yeah, so Dan, I will definitely let you know what special cards I pull. I actually have a couple doubles. Believe it or not, I bought 4 boxes and got doubles. And again, my dad has commented again. So commented the same thing. So hello, Dad. Hello. Thank you. What's up? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's watching it on mute. Maybe some people do that. So
if I were watching me, I would watch it on mute.
Yeah. So, but anyway, this is we've kind of gone off the rails, but it's been a really good show. We have the most people ever watching.
Yeah, good amount of interaction, and I really want to do one episode where it's just fan questions. And, if we only get 2 people ask questions, obviously put in and the content in the middle, but just like a fan episode to highlight, Card Guy and Dan and other people that have really been interacting and just let them get their questions in without us trying to, put our own shit in there. And,
And I totally agree, Dave. I don't know if he knows that I've answered him a couple of times. So he hasn't called me yet. So we'll find out what's going on. Because usually when I talk to him the next day, he critiques the show like he's freaking Mel Kiper analyzing us for the draft combine. Because he gets about this show a lot.
I didn't know that. Now that just adds an immense amount of pressure, and I may have to rethink my contract for that hobby show.
Oh yeah, man. He gives me shit about background. I talked bad about Hagerstown on the Jeff Lyman interview. He got mad about that, said I called it a one-horse town. I don't remember saying that. That's a little too old-timey for me. What yeah, but they're good. They're good. They're without a doubt, my parents are my biggest fans of this show. Sorry to my girlfriend and that watches, but they're always like, hey, I know some old minor leaguers. Why don't I try and look them up and I will call them for you? And I'm like, all right, So they really enjoy that. Yeah. So the one horse town, Hagerstown. Yeah, that horse did leave a while ago. Yeah, maybe 18 years ago, I rode out of town on that horse, and yeah, no, 22 years. Shit. Again, I'm forgetting how old I am. 22 years ago. That's when the horse left Hagerstown. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so I don't have anything to plug other than our Facebook page. So, but definitely want to back to your idea. I know I'm trying to wrap it up, and I keep getting sidetracked. I'm just happy to have. Now we have 7 people watching. So maybe my mom has logged on to her phone and is watching and is pumping our numbers up for me. So you 7 folks, thank you for watching. But yeah, I know like some people have done a hobby roundtable and things like that, but I don't know how many people I can invite on this damn thing, but I will send out a link. And if you guys want to come on, show us your obscure collections or things that you really love, that's your hobby. I don't care if you make like fly fishing stuff. That stuff's hard as hell to make. Show it off. If you like football, comics, I love comics. Show that stuff off. Hockey, we want to see it all. Dan says we can get up to 10 people at once on the show. Right now, we have the most people watching ever, 7. So I don't think we'll have to worry about getting 10 people. But yeah. So and then yeah. So I don't have anything else going on. Hopefully, next show I'll be able to update you guys with what autographs I got from the University of Arizona, baseball, and whoever they're playing in the regional. Hopefully they get some decent teams, but it's a regional, so they try to keep it teams in that region. And then I can show off some autographs, and yeah, and then next month, so June, we'll have Jeff Lyman on again. Yeah. Oh my God. So my dad is my dad is back on. It keeps going in circles, still trying to figure this thing out.
Got it. You got it, man. I'm just like blown away right now.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm done.
Yeah. If I can convince my dad to put a shirt on, we'll have to have him on the show, and then he can tell us about what it was like back in his day when he got autographs.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. But thank you to all 7 of you that are watching. Houston, where can everybody find you?
At Chasing the Graph on Facebook and the Twitterverse at Chasing the Graph 8. Still can't get it in there on Instagram that I post from maybe once or twice a month. I don't know why. That forethought. Never thought about plugging TikTok, but you can find me at Chasing the Graph on TikTok because I upload clips of interviews there.
There you
go. Yeah, got like 800 followers, so that's a good start. And of course, if you can find America Lucha Wrestling on Facebook and Twitter, ALW America Lucha Wrestling, go follow them. Hopefully, I got some big things in the works with them.
Yeah, and you're probably going to want to start using Instagram more though for the wrestling. So yeah, you're going to have to revive that, and yeah. So Chasing the Graph to Ocho might be your moneymaker.
The 8 to Ocho, I just might have to.
Yeah, yeah. And then so you can find me on Twitter, Charm City Graphs. Charm City Graphs on Facebook, That Hobby Show on Facebook, our brand new page. And can't think of anything else. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. It means more than you will ever know. Dad, we are ending the show right now, so you can go to bed. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see you all next Sunday, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. So thanks, everyone. Bye.